Welcome back to Expert Crypto. I am going to be going into what's happening in the market. How is the approach to the market really going to be seen today? We have an important day tomorrow. We have some sorts of large events that are going to happen throughout this week that are going to really make this a volatile week coming up. We've had a volatile week, meaning the prices went up and down extremely more than average over the past few weeks. I can guarantee you that we're going to see another volatile week, which is great for trading. And let's talk about it. Let's understand that we don't know. We can never predict 100% certainty where the market is heading in crypto. All right, but the best thing you could do is do some technical analysis, figure out where is the trend leading us to get some sort of prediction on where we can go from there. But make sure, guys, have some stop losses in place if you guys are buying, just because it is a very, very volatile time in crypto. We could have some dips. You never want to be really greedy and don't have some sort of stop loss. If you guys want to hodl, you can. I'll let you hodl, but I'm just saying stop losses will help increase your gains quite a lot because you will have more liquidity, more availability to make some short-term gains. When we do have those dips, we always pump up quite relatively quick. But without further ado, let me get into this video. So we are going to be talking about, as of right now, what's happening with Bitcoin. I know this chart might look like a little bit confusing. Let's actually go over the coins first, right? I'll do that first. Yeah, don't worry about that chart. I'll explain it in a little bit. But we do see some bullishness probably going to be happening with Bitcoin in the short term, as that's what we're looking like, right? The trends are showing that. We had waves, Nexo, Solana, DCR, Tezos, YFI, GRT, ZIL, all pump up a lot today. A lot of people are talking about Solana up 52% on the week. If we look at what's up the most on the week, we will see we have Solana, T-Fuel, KSM, CRV, Theta, and File. Why am I naming this off? Because if we do have a dip, I can guarantee you that these coins will go down the most in percentage based on the other coins, because there's a lot of new liquidity in these coins. Normally when we have this new liquidity in coins, meaning people are putting money into these coins short term, or it ends up being short term. So you really have to make sure to understand that. If you're buying right now to hold long term and there's a dip, you guys are buying at the tops of these coins, you're not going to be making a lot of profits if they do have dips. Always make sure to set that stop loss. But yes, Solana is going to be something we will look into today. I will get into some of the trades that we went into over the past day and see how those are doing. But let's get into Bitcoin. All right, so let me full screen this so you guys can see it better. There we go. All right, so all right, yep, Bitcoin. So what do I see with Bitcoin right now? These are the downwards and upwards channels. They're not going to be this aggressive, but I see them having some sort of tendency to hit this either 41 zone or this 33 zone within the next probably by the end of this week. We'll probably see at least one of these prices. I know that's a very, very bold thing to say, where it's like, oh, it can go up, it can go down. But guys, we'll know when it can go up or when it can go down. I'm just saying right now, looking a little bit bearish. We were saying that yesterday. We bought some of the dip. It bounced off of this line. I'm going to delete these little channels, these little forks real quick so you guys can see it. So we're going to zoom in on Bitcoin. We saw yesterday that we had some sort of downwards momentum from exactly these, or I think it was around the middle of the day yesterday when we had that, at least EST time. Let me put this on the 5-minute chart. I will explain all these lines. I know this might be a little bit confusing, but they all have some significance. I'm going to show you guys how to map this out as well, because this does help on the short term to kind of get some sort of idea where this trend is going to be going. I have an uptrend, I have a downtrend, right? But we saw yesterday, we were able to see yesterday we had some sort of downwards momentum, and we hit this trend resistance, right? Or this trend support. This is actually trend support right here. I'm going to turn this green. Trend support, meaning that we bounce off this level quite a lot, right? So we bounced right off this level around 34,700, and we ended up making a gain back to the upside, which is a good thing to see. But I do think that we're going to be testing this again. Why is that? I think we're going to be testing this line right here around 3,500, probably either today or tomorrow. And I say that due to the fact of we don't have too much volume today with Bitcoin. But I do see another dip incurring, maybe just down to this 35, and then we can break out tomorrow, which is going to be Monday. Just because normally when you have a low volume, not a lot of money in the market, we tend to see dips on Sunday. I don't see it being too bad, just a little downside movement because we had that upside. But you guys got to make sure to realize the big picture, right? I'm going to highlight this line and make it, I'm going to make it yellow, right? So you guys can see it better. But the bottom yellow line is the support. The top is the resistance that we see here, this little triangle, right? And what do we see here? So we've hit this line multiple times. It's been an uptrend, right? And I'm getting ready for if we have a downtrend. This is something along the lines what it will look like. If we do have a downtrend, maybe we start the downtrends like this, right? But we're going to have around 4 basic lines where we will be bouncing up and off of, right? We'll have probably 2 support lines, 2 resistance lines, and just be bouncing. All right, let me just show you. For example, let's say we had an uptrend, right? We'll probably be bouncing along these lines, right? It'll look something like this in an upwards direction where we're following that bottom line like so. And if we're having a downtrend, right? Let me backspace this up. Boom, boom. All right, there we go. And if we have a downtrend, we'll be following these lines, right? We'll probably go boom, 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 whatever it might look like, right? All the way down to this level. And we will have this line as our new trend support and this line as our new trend resistance. And I see this really showing where it's going. If we do break this trend support, we will have a good idea that we are going to follow down on this downtrend. And we're going to have those 4 basic lines that we can kind of trade out of. This is how I trade on the shorter time frames. I don't advise any of you guys to do it unless you've read the books. Read the books that are in the description. But basically what I'll do is I'll long the bottoms on the support line, and I'll short the tops from here until we get to this green line again. So I would have made 3% there. I would have shorted down there, made 0.5%, 0.5% again, and would have made 1% there. And then I would have longed up there to get around 1.5%, and then I would have shorted there to this line, and basically just repeating the same pattern. Also looking at a bunch of indicators to point me in that direction, like the RSI, relative strength index, and also looking at EMA levels to calculate on the shorter time frame. But there's always going to be 4 type of levels that you can see in any sort of graph. And these can base kind of where the trend is going in the market, or somewhat you can see where an uptrend would go towards or where a downtrend would go towards. And, you know, maybe we might just have a stagnant market, kind of like what we see here. This could be possible too, but I would want to prepare for an uptrend and a downtrend as well. You might as well prepare for it, right? I'm going to help you guys prepare for it. I circled that kind of stagnicity range that we saw right here. We could have something that looks like this, you know, over the next 3 or 4 days. But at some point, we're going to need to break this trend on a downwards or upwards side. Every time we've broken that trend, it's been pretty violent. Every time we've broken like the trend support line, for example, in the past, we've gone down like 20%, 15%, where we're just bouncing off these 4 levels. Maybe you get a violent shock downwards, but then we slowly make our way up. But this is a very, very great thing for you guys to understand. But like I said, we will have some sort of indicator on where we're going to be going once we fully break through this trend support or we fully break through this trend resistance. And I will keep on updating these lines. This is just for Sunday. I highly doubt that we're going to show where we're going to go on the upside or the downside till Monday, because the volume, which is down here, as you guys can see, the volume, which is down here, it's really low, right? Not too much volume. Price can't move too much in the market. It's mainly just retail investors, these people who are high net worth individuals, these institutions. They don't have access to their banks on the weekends, so they don't have time to really, or they don't have liquidity to really move the markets as much on the weekends. Yes, sometimes it does happen, but you're more likely to see more volume and more liquidity being dumped in the market, more money, because banks are open during the week. But yes, we see these kind of 2 patterns emerging. I see this as probably a good possibility. I don't see too much flatness. Maybe we'll continue out on this trend all the way to around 37K on this uptrend, but we need to show where we're going eventually, right? So going into Rune. What do we see with Rune? All right. So I see some sort of push today incurring, but then I'm most likely going to see some sort of dip. And let me go back to BTC. What I see happening, right, is we're probably going to come down here, bounce off this line, maybe have another push upwards, and then this is going to be some sort of level where we'll maybe break down into that era. But I do still see us being able to get around 15-16% off of these trades that we put in yesterday. I mean, that's 13% on Rune that I still see is extremely possible. We were setting our price target around $13. If we do break this, just set a stop loss around this level. If you guys want to keep in that trade, I'll keep it updated. Set a stop loss maybe if we break out of this 1171 range. But I'm going to be taking profits there with that trade. I mean, you guys have to understand 13 to 16% in a few days is absolutely amazing. But we really want to be liquid as possible. We want to, or not liquid, but we just really want to be strategic, having stop losses, having the ability to be able to make some trades and not be too into the market will help us survive any sort of situation we see and actually make money off of it. So that's very important for risk mitigation. Just having your stop losses, waiting to get to the bottom of these trends, right? The bottom of these trends, as you guys can see here. I'll make a little trend line here. Oops, wrong one. I'll show you guys how I'm making these trends as well. So I'll go to like a 15 to 30 minute time frame, right? Let's go here. Okay, so what do we see with Rune, right? We see some sort of trend forming like there. That's the trend support. If we break below that, we'll probably go down to this 930 level. Let me move this up. And then I'm going to draw a line from here all the way down to around here, right? This is probably what we're going to see for Rune. We're going to be bouncing off of these levels. Maybe we'll get to this $13 level, but we'll have to see. I'm just trying to get you guys some short-term gains. Make sure that you guys are moving up your stop losses so you can stay in profits at all times. So successful trade on Rune, already up around 10 to 50, or not 10%, but around 8% since yesterday. Now we're going to go into OGN. All right, same thing goes for OGN. Let's draw that line, that trend support, so we know if it breaks through this, that's not a good sign, right? You guys might be wanting to short something that breaks through that, right? We will go into some coins to short. It's just when we get bearish, I'll probably go into it more. It's just people don't like the word short on YouTube, even though I do most of my trades are shorts. But you guys know what? On YouTube, I got to show you guys what to buy because shorting is bad, right? Got to stay bullish at all times on YouTube. It's a must. If you guys want to be big on YouTube, on crypto, you must stay bullish all the time. You know, we don't ever have market crashes. They're only just temporary dips that happen over and over and over. But I'm just kidding, guys. Just having a little fun there. But yes, this is what I see with Origin Protocol, and I see this level right here around 98 cents as a great time to take some profits, as we were actually pretty close to hitting that earlier today. But that's at least around a 15% trade in around a day and a half from that zone where we bought at. There will be other trading opportunities. Like I said, if you guys are only going to be buying, you're not going to be shorting, which I'm only going to be buying on this channel. We will have multiple opportunities, okay? I'm not going to give trade opportunities and give opportunities to trade unless it's looking like a great moment to buy, right? Unless it's looking like a great moment to buy. It's too risk mitigated if I'm not. Let me actually put this trend line down here as we have some sort of, I kind of drew that long. I guess we kind of have something along the lines of that. But yeah, let's say 98 cents. Great time to take some profits. How much percent is that? It's around 14 to 13% from that level that we bought at. OGN, we probably will be looking at trading this at some point. Maybe just set your stop loss around 98 cents. I'll keep you guys updated on this because we could have another upside to around, I would say 24 to maybe even 30 to 40%. But we got to see what Bitcoin's doing to really fully think like that. I see a little push in Bitcoin, but I do see some bearish tendencies. Maybe a little dip with Bitcoin, right? Not a market crash, just a little dip because we're all bullish on YouTube. You know, you can't be bearish, but just make sure to take some profits at 98 cents. You guys don't want to be going for 100x's. You just want to be consistent and always stay making gains. All right, so here's Telcoin, and let me draw this line on Telcoin real quick. The trend supports. We're just taking these lines. If it hits it once, twice, 3, 4, hit this line 4 times, guys. it's probably going to hit it a 5th time, right? This is not, this is something that happens all the time. You guys have these sort of trends where you can find how many times is it hitting this line, right? Well, we see Telcoin has hit this one line right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It broke out here. 5, 6, 7, 8. It hit it 8 times. So I'm going to put that temporary trend resistance, right? This is a resistance. If we break out, we're going to have a large upside. Where's that upside going to be? I'm actually drawing 2, right? I do see us breaking out of this and hitting at least this zone, right? Let me actually zoom out a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Telcoin's extremely volatile right now, but I still see this as a great time to be taking some profits on it, which is around, let me zoom in. This is around this 34 to 35 cent mark. And from here, this would be around a 14 to 15% gain. But I do advise you guys, do suggest that if you guys are going to be following my trades, I'm not a financial advisor, but definitely think about, definitely have some stop loss around this 33 cents level on Telcoin. We do have quite a lot of resistance around this level. So around this 33, I would even say to 32 cent or 33 to 33.5 cents. Set a little stop loss on Telcoin. It'll help you guys out quite a lot with Telcoin. But yes, great profits for around a day or two. I'm going to be doing these every single week. You guys are going to get some fantastic trades. I do stay making profits on this channel at all times. You want to know why? Because I do a lot of TA, and I don't ape in at all opportunities every single day. We might be following the same trades for 3 or 4 days until they hit or until we take our money out. But I guarantee you, every single week, we will be able to make profits. And it's not hard. All you have to do is put in the time, put in the effort, and make sure not to be an ape, right? Apes that don't read books, that don't do TA, they lose money because they have this word called HODL that's implemented into their brains. You know, in a bull market or before a bull market, it's okay to HODL, in my opinion. But when you're not in a bull market, or when you're in a bull market, the middle of a bull market, right? Why would you HODL, right? Why would you HODL? I'm not saying we're in a bear market, by the way, guys. I'm just saying trading right now is how you stay profitable at all times if you're, you know, following the books and reading and really paying attention. But not trying to get too deep in that. I'm not trying to piss any of you guys off. I'm sorry. All right, so 1 inch, I was actually trading this earlier in the Discord with you guys, or somewhat trading it with you guys in the Discord. But yeah, 1 inch actually went extremely parabolic today. I will be doing some live streams while I do some live trading, or I will just be doing some live TA on cryptos like that. But I do see 1 inch definitely hitting this resistance level, breaking down, just because I have these lines drawn, and I do see a lot of a downtrend with 1 inch incurring at some point here. When Bitcoin takes that dip, this is going to take a tumble down. They're probably going to see around a 14 to 19% drop from wherever it stands at, just because it went up extremely fast. But great gains on this crypto, very volatile over the past day. But we have waves as well that was looking very good. I do see this being a good coin to keep your eye out on. I will be keeping an eye out on this one. Maybe I will short this. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys, for saying the word short. But I'm not going to do that until I get the sign from Bitcoin, the signal from Bitcoin that it's going to be looking like a fantastic opportunity, which will happen. I can guarantee you guys that within the next 2 days, 3 days, we're going to see a lot of volatility with Bitcoin and with crypto in general. We've been seeing it the past couple of weeks at random times. So it's really important to keep an eye out on the market, set your stop losses, and maybe just look at your phone or whatever it is a couple times a day for like 30 minutes, an hour. Stay up to date, and you guys should be good to go. But I do this too many hours, guys, so I kind of just gonna say that there. Do this around 10 hours, at least 15 hours. Possibly a day, so I have a pretty good idea on where everything's are going. I know these lines might be a little bit confusing to you guys, but I promise you will get used to them. Every single episode, I'll go over them. This might be the first one, so you might be a little bit confused, but this is how I trade, and these green lines, supports, red lines, resistance, right? When they break them, sometimes I change the colors. I didn't because I've been really focused on this. But I'm trying to bring this to you guys on YouTube so you guys can see exactly how I trade these short intervals. Like, look at I would be, let's go right here. So I would buy right here, try and sell up there. That's 20 hours, so let's go into like 3 minute. So I'd be buying here, selling here, right? I would be buying here, selling here. That's another 4%. Buying here, selling here. That's another 4%. Be buying here, selling up there, which is another 5%. So that's around 20% just in the matter of rounds. Let's get this time interval on here. It's around 1 day or around 20 hours, around 23% on Solana that I made. But you guys have to understand that you need to be very, very active if you guys are going to be doing this small time frame interval trading, which is what I do quite often. I'm just trying to find, where's this trend line at? Where is it bouncing up and down off of in a sideways or in a vertical action? Because this is an uptrend, as you guys can see. This is a massive uptrend. And trading these uptrends, there's always going to be lines where it bounces back up to from a vertical standpoint, like a horizontally vertical standpoint, right? This is an uptrend. This is a downtrend, right? And you guys have to understand that we do have a lot of tendencies where this line will just go like boom, 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 boom. And sometimes we'll have 4 lines on a longer time frame where we'll have the line go like boom, 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 boom. Right, we'll have somewhere like that where on a downtrend and an uptrend we can draw like another line here. I know this might be looking confusing, right? I'm just gonna redo that. Sorry guys, you will, if you guys pay attention every episode, I'm gonna try and go through this slowly but surely with you. But just remember, we are going to be going over some trades. I went over the trades that we went over in the beginning, but I'm just slowly trying to get you guys used to really getting good at TA. I'm gonna have my Discord open at all times. For you guys, and I will be going over your TA, right? I'll be getting great TA from you guys because I'm going to be showing you some great ways to look at doing TA, some great advice on it as well. I'll be doing some live trading or some live TA. It's actually going to be called live technical analysis. I'm not sure about having you apes follow me along on all my short trades, but you can kind of figure out what I'm going to buy. But we will be going over that and doing that probably on a daily basis for at least a few hours. I can do that, but definitely going to be teaching you guys how the red lines are trend resistance, green are trend supports. Breakthrough green is going to be down, right? Breakout through red is going to be up. But you guys got to understand to read the books, put in your stop losses. Let's get this strategy going. Let's get you guys farming some percents. And let's really get you guys motivated, right? To want to be successful, get you reading, get you strategic, and I will help. If not, I have some great long-term buying opportunities for you guys that want to hodl. You guys want to watch the news with me and George. We can work something out for that. But I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me over the past couple weeks. Really trying to figure out this market to a T, and we seem to have been doing pretty good over the past month or so, and we will continue. But yeah, this is somewhat what I see the market doing over the next day or so. Monday is really going to be a volatile day, as you guys can see. Low volume. I went over some trades, and going to be wrapping this episode up now. Simple and sweet. Okay, have a great day.